In that event, I will announce the application of Challenge Escape Rooms, 180 East Main Street. Seeks permission to open a team building / challenge games use. Subject premises are located in the D2 business zone. Please come forward. You guys have the receipts for the mailing. This would be a good time before the hearing starts to actually turn those in. Thank you. Nice to meet you. So why don't you guys start by, anyone who wishes to speak on the record, state your name and address for the record, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Galizia. We are petitioning to open, as you said, a challenge room at 180 East Main. I'm here with my husband, Chris Purcell, and my sister, Lauren Galizia, who are all co-owners.
Okay. Well, I read over this application. It's not your run-of-the-mill business application. So why don't you explain for all of us and everyone in the audience what it is you guys are proposing to do here?
So what we offer is a service of like a team building, fun, brain game. So we offer different themed rooms. Each one comes preset with a different series of puzzles and clues that you have to work with your group to solve and then ultimately escape the room. So with that being said, although that's the theme of the thing that we're doing, the rooms are not actually locked. It's just to spend an hour with your group, your family and friends, completing those separate challenges along the way.
It appears you guys have other storefronts where you're currently doing this?
Yes, our first location was in Bayside, Queens, and since then we have also opened one in Franklin Square, as well as one in Rocco Center.
So this would be your fourth
It would be.
location. You're not going to close any of the other ones?
No, no plan.
How long has the one in Bayside been in operation?
It's almost 2 years.
2 years. Okay, so business is good.
Business is good. We really enjoy it.
This is your first foray into Suffolk County.
Yes.
Now, we have in our package a thorough report from the fire marshal. I take it you guys have sat down with him?
We did.
And he has inspected the premises. You've gone over the business model with him.
Yes.
And I can find his report, what I did with it. So let's go over, because this, what has been discussed in this report is certainly going to be part of any grant that we give you. Have you prepared a written evacuation plan?
Yes, we have.
You have? Okay.
Would you like a copy?
That would be wonderful if you could submit that as part of the record. Well, the second item seems fairly straightforward for any business that you guys have liability, split insurance,
Yes.
workers' comp, and
Yes.
disability. I'm sure you have that for all of your enterprises. Mr. Recchio's handwriting is not always easy to read. This number 3, I believe, says a written plan of daily operations and procedures of the business as per a daily opening. I believe that. Now, I assume that the game plan is the same. You know, you have a set routine, and it's in the packet here.
Yes.
Can you briefly explain that to us?
Sure. So it's in discussing that with Mike, it was making sure that everyone was clear on what the process is. So when people come in, we're by appointment only. So regardless of what theme you booked, there are regular scheduled times so that we can have adequate turnover among the rooms and not have all rooms running at the same time. So someone would come in and would be greeted. They're asked to come in 15 minutes ahead for their appointment. And this way we can adequately have them practice with a variety of safes and locks that we have throughout all of our rooms and watch an introductory video. We had put the transcript in this package.
Mm-hmm.
So it's explaining if anyone's nervous, this is how it goes. You'll be given a walkie-talkie, at which point one of the employees will show them how to use the walkie-talkie, practice so that they're comfortable ahead of time. People will be given the opportunity to put their belongings in a cubby and then asked if they have any questions. And then they would be led into one of our themed rooms and given some kind of a backstory. So each room has some kind of scenario as to why you would be in a bakery, in a detective's office, etc. And then they enter the room and are asked to explore. It's kind of just like a themed set. Every element in the room then would lead you to a different clue. So for example, in our detective room, which is called the unsolved case, your first step, there's a sign on the wall that says, "A date to remember will break the case." And so therefore you're looking for a date in the room and that 6-digit code opens the briefcase. So it's this kind of a thing. As people are completing the puzzle, they can buzz us for any reason. Again, the doors are open, so if anyone is nervous, has to go to the bathroom, they have full access at all times. We also are watching them on security cameras, which employees are monitoring. And if they've effectively completed the game, they kind of come out of the room, we take a celebratory photo, we have cute signs, things like that, and discuss our other room opportunities. If they don't come out, if they aren't able to solve all the puzzles, an employee goes in and explains the last step that they were working on. So that's kind of the overall experience.
What kind of staffing do you propose?
We usually have like 2 to 3 employees on, one whose main job is to check in and deal with the customers coming in, review the game rules overall, and do the walkie-talkie instruction, and then other people who are rotating, watching the rooms, resetting the rooms, because that's a part of it as well.
Sure. I believe the hours of operation are on the packet, but could you just briefly
Of course, we are
describe those?
predominantly weekend activity. We like to offer kind of something different to do on the weekends for families, for groups. So it's typically Friday night, Saturday evening, afternoon into the evening, and Sunday, like afternoon into the early evening.
Okay, and there's sort of a set schedule for each room. It almost
Yes.
looks like a movie show.
Exactly, it runs very similarly.
Okay. To finish up the fire marshal's report, prior to opening the business, he's asked for several things, and perhaps you guys have done some of this already. He wants the installation of 2 10-year warranted battery-operated carbon monoxide
They
alarms.
have been installed.
Okay. He wants you to provide 3 emergency lighting units to be installed in the interior hallway, the so-called virus room, and the waiting room. So that's even if a power failure.
Yes, 2 have been installed, 1 will be installed by the end of the week.
Okay. Next, it's the installation of 2 fire extinguishers shall be provided for inside use. And I think, does he specify later on where those are supposed to be? I think so.
He
One's
did
in the-
suggest both the waiting room and the hallway, just for safety precautions. We have 3 as illustrated on the evacuation plan, just to play it safe.
You can never have more, too many fire extinguishers.
Just in case.
And finally, exit signs. I assume lighted exit signs. 2 exterior doors and the common hallway shall have illuminated exit signs. And all exit doors have to be operable.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys have already implemented most of these. The actual layout of the building, do you have to make a lot of modifications to this, or is it kind of set
0
up the way?
modifications. Yeah,
Zero
we're just
modifications.
painting and putting in furniture. There is no construction of any kind.
So the layout, the floor plan as we see it here, with the common hallway and the various rooms, it's basically as is. Okay. Other questions from members of the board? Okay, thank you. I'll pass this evacuation part.
Is there any intention to have like parties here, like birthday parties or anything like that?
So sometimes we do host groups that are a birthday, but we don't have any food or any.
I was gonna say, like, is there a spot where you could get pizzas or something like that, or?
Yeah, we don't offer any.
So it's just they come there for that experience and then whatever food or cake, whatever they do
Right.
off premises.
Yeah.
Other questions? Other questions?
Just the main entrance to this is gonna be not off of Main Street, correct?
Right, we're located in the back, so this would be facing the parking lot. So there's an entry right into our main waiting area from the parking lot, or you can enter from the shared hallway and then into our waiting area.
Anybody else? You guys can actually take a seat. Well, at this point, ask if, and thank you, by the way, for answering all our questions. Would anyone in the audience like to speak about this application, either for it or against it, for any reason at all? This is your opportunity. Seeing nobody, I'll entertain a motion on this application.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the application, subject to satisfaction of all the recommendations of the fire marshal.
Absolutely.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Welcome to Patchogue Village, and good luck with the enterprise.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You guys all.
Appreciate it.
One more time before we move on to our adjourned calendar. Danielle Miller, 61 North Ocean Avenue. seeks permission to open an organic nail salon. Subject premises are located in the D